Previously, you recall, I couldn't get past channel 23 on the mids, frequency-wise or power-wise. So let's see what's happened now. Roll on a couple of days later. So I'm on channel 1 and I'm on the mids, I believe. Let me just key up. No, that's the highs. Hang on. So we go back to the mids, channel 1. We got just under 4 watts on 26965. I should really show you the. So 26965. Go to channel 40. Oh, hang on, the probe's come off. Just under 4 watts, 27405. Flick the switch, go to the mids, go to channel 1, and now we have 27415, just under 4 watts. Go to channel 40, and now we have 27855, but we're only doing about 0.1 of a watt. So I've got the frequency on and locked with the VCO. What I did was I added on the back of here, on the back of capacitor, I think it was 21. Yeah, looking at the diagram here, it was capacitor 212 here. I'll put the circuit diagram up. I actually, in parallel, I put an 82 picofarad capacitor across 212. Just soldered the legs across, and now I'll show you in the picture. And that's now allowed me to lock the frequency on. So what I need to do now is somehow increase the power across the board. It might just be a matter of tuning, I'm not too sure. Now there is an RF power coil just down in the radio here, which I'm going to just have a little twiddle with, if I can get my tool in there. Doesn't seem to make much difference. No. There's another RF coil here, which also doesn't seem to make much difference. So my next thing is to work out why the power is low, but the frequency now, let's check I haven't disturbed anything. Oh, hang on. Here's you thinking. Right, so the next thing to do is check the frequency. I can just get the probe back on again. Make sure we haven't disturbed anything on channel 40. 855, channel 1. 415. Go to the mids, channel 1. 965, channel 40. 405. So we're on. So right, I'm going to sit here now and see if I can work out how to get the power up. And once I do, maybe it just needs an RF alignment. I don't know. I'll see which cores do the RF power, and we'll have a fiddle. So I've been sitting here pondering this problem, and I went back through and checked the VCO for receive and transmit, and I've worked out all the frequencies all the way from channel 1 to channel 40 on the high band. And I also did the same on transmit for the actual outgoing signal, and everything was right. So the VCO was working fine. So the problem was definitely in the transmit section. Now there isn't a lot of information on the tuning of the radio. So what I did is, as I knew it was in the transmit section, I looked on the PLL board, and there's a 27 megahertz filter here and a 27 megahertz filter here. So I thought I'll note the settings and I'll just have a twiddle. And this is the results of me having the twiddling. So I've got the radio set up here. And I'll just bring in the meter. Put you there so you can see the meter. So that's 26,965 and we got 3 watts. Then we go up to channel 40. Key up. We got just over 3 watts, 27,405. Flick the switch onto the highs. Go to channel 1. We got 27,415, just over 3 watts. Go to channel 40. We got 27,855, just over 3 watts. So I've now found what I need to tune, and I'm going to just go back over this now and tweak it, but we are done. I have now got transmittable 80 channels worth of power. I am over the moon. This mod has finally worked. To be honest with you, it's been a right old marathon to get here, but I've done it. I've put 40 channels in a radio myself, and it's worked. I had no idea how to fit this into the 4470. I've been following sort of a rough guide to doing this, but it doesn't cover the 4470, so I probably picked the worst radio of all to start with. But yeah, we're there and it's worked. So all I've got left to do now is tidy up and fit these boards in. Oh, I'm so pleased that worked. And it was that little extra capacitor there, 82 picofarads, that sorted out the VCO, and then twiddling the 2 cores that I just showed you on that diagram that got me to 4 watts across all channels. Oh, over the moon. So I've got these little PCB standoffs, and this board actually wedges down in there, and then I've put, you can see one of the standoffs there, and that holds it perfectly. But the thing I've just noticed is I've got to get this screen thing back on, and when I put that back on, I'm not sure I'll have room for another standoff down here, but I've got to get this piece of metal on. I've got got to shorten this red wire here. This is way too long, so I shall desolder it at this end and make it good, because this only has to go up and go through the top of here. But then is that going to then hit the board? Because I don't want it shorting anything out. So I'll have to carefully have a look. Let me go and get the lid. Just to recap on what we've just done. These are what's known as the American 40 channels. They're normally on AM. They run from 26.965 on channel 1, 27.405 channel 40. Over here in the UK, they're known as the mids. So this is the mid block on AM only on that radio I've got there, the American 40 channels. And that's what that radio came with, just that block there. What I've just done is I've added the next block of 40 channels up. So with my flick of my switch, I go from this band of 40 to this band of 40, flick the switch, then I go back down there. So I've made my 40 channel radio an 80 channel radio. And I've added in 27.415 channel 1 up to 27.855 channel 40. So I've got a full 80 channels. So extra 40 channels have gone in. Now this high band here runs up sort of 1, 2, 3, 40, and then it goes, you know, sort of 41, 42. It's consecutive channels all the way up. Now, off frequency of this, you can see where we sit with the British 40 channel FM only band. We're sort of stuck out on our own over here in the UK, outside of this band of frequencies here. And this starts at 27.60125. Now 27.605 is a channel in this block here, but it's not a channel in this block. And it finishes at 27.855. on channel 40, but channel 40 of the UK FM is 27.99125, so it goes a bit further up the band. But anyway, so just to recap, I've just added in this extra 40 set of channels. So whereas I could only cover those, I can now cover those as well. And even more importantly, it works, and I am over the moon. I've never done anything like that before, and if I can do it, believe me, you can do it. And I probably picked the worst radio I could because it's a hideaway and all the controls are in the mic. But yeah, done. I'm so pleased. So that's what it looks like with the switch on, and then obviously we can do lows, highs, and we're done. Oh, hang on a minute. What's this other switch that he was talking about? Hang on a minute. He hasn't fitted on the thing here. The other thing is, why did he put this other black wire in? These are all questions that are going to be answered in the next video, because we haven't finished modifying this radio yet. So, watch out for the next video.